Welcome
to
Stupid
Movies,
and
we
watched
them,
so
you
don't
have
to.
We should day drink way more often.
Man, holy, I wish. And today we're checking out a screener that fella sent us named Phil Herman, and it's called Horrortales 666 Part 2. Per IMDb, it says 2021, not rated, an hour 56 minutes long.
It's an anthology, horror tales.
Ah, yes, that is true. And this directed by several people.
Yes.
So we'll just say that.
I imagine each short had a different person.
And this had a bunch of people. I mean,
leaving the cameos out even.
But it did have Sean Phillips showed up in it. Ari Lehman, Adam's favorite Jason Voorhees. And then
he's barely even fucking Jason Voorhees.
Well.
I've been Jason Voorhees for longer on film than he has.
And we also see Debbie Rochon. So we like it. What was this movie about?
So this movie is an anthology. It's about a robber who breaks into a house and is forced to read short horror stories. And there was a sandwich. And then part of the movie is also about the making of the movie.
Well, we like it when people send us screeners or movies because that
love
means they must dig us or something. So we like that. What did we like about Horrortales 666 Part 2?
There were some really cool stories in this. Some of the shorts were really, really interesting. And I think we're at a disadvantage because I think the wraparound would make more sense had we seen the first one.
That could be.
Because what I picked up was that this was a continuation of the wraparound from the first movie. Or one of the stories from the first movie. But this was continuing what happened in the first movie. So the wraparound was a little confusing, but what I understood of it, I kind of like the concept. Someone who gets forced into this situation to have to read horror stories or watch horror tales. I love that. That's a cool idea. And the shorts were pretty cool.
I like that we see some familiar faces in this. Some cameos from, Debbie Rochon and Sean Phillips and Ari Lehman.
And I actually like that the cameos all seem to be playing hyper bad versions of themselves. Like Sean Phillips was the guy who will hump your leg to get in a movie. Ari Lehman was like, I was Jason. I should be in a movie because I was Jason. That was hilarious.
I like anthologies.
Anthologies are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a bunch of different stories.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
I enjoyed that it felt like it was a group of friends who got together and made a movie and had fun. And that's always, to me, that's super indie. That is like guerrilla filmmaking 101 of... It's just a group of people with a camera having fun, filming it, and putting it on screen for other people to watch. And I like that. That's a blast to watch.
Yeah, it takes balls to make a movie, let alone to send it to strangers to screen it to review it. That takes balls. That's much respect for that.
And to be making not only a movie, but a sequel to a movie. So It's like your first one did well enough, you could make another one. That's freaking unbelievable.
I will say, I did like some of the music in this.
There was some really good music in it.
Kind of heavier music, a little fast music. Just kind of gets you pumped up a little bit.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I would love to see what the soundtrack for this was. And the lighting was pretty good across the board. It was more naturalistic feeling lighting.
Yeah.
It wasn't. There was no neon red or purple. It felt very real, like we just had a window into what was happening there.
All right. Well, Adam apparently doesn't like VFW. So what did we?
I don't.
What do we not like about horror? This one.
Horrortales 666
Thank
Part 2.
you.
Yeah. Okay, and I know I mentioned before we hadn't seen the first one.
Right.
And I get the feeling that a lot of the wraparound plot depended on you knowing that first movie because I was confused as fuck.
Yeah, I had a really hard time paying attention. I kept trying, and that's one of the very common things with a movie of this kind of budget style, where I respect it and everything, and there's a lot of low budget stuff I do like, but if it doesn't grab me with what's going on, it's so easy to fall out of it and just get uninterested in it. And unfortunately, that happened to me pretty early on.
No, I get that. It's tough, and this is not everyone's cup of tea because this is like my wheelhouse of production level.
It's like shot on video.
Right, and this is shit that I really, really enjoy. Most people aren't me.
I wasn't much of a fan of any of the stories. Like, none of them grabbed me or pulled me in. The pacing was really slow, which kind of goes with this territory. You know, it's hard to pace a movie.
Especially an anthology. It's tough to pace an anthology. There is a break in the movie that's almost half an hour long towards the end, where it's in the real world, and it's just one person after another person after another person calling the director or the producer asking to be in the movie. And this is where all of the cameos came in this bit of, hey, can I be in your movie? No, the movie's already done. Oh, well, maybe I can do the wraparound. No, we've already done the wraparound. Oh, okay. Click. Next person. Hey, can I be in your movie? And it was like half an hour of this.
Yeah.
And it was like, that joke could be really funny if it was 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, it's dragged out way too long. A lot of this felt that way to me.
And really, I didn't have the pacing issues that you had until that point.
Yeah.
And when that point hit, all of a sudden the whole movie felt like it had gone on way too long.
Yeah, it really did. And the runtime's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And any movie, I don't care if you're $200 million budget, if I see it's almost 2 hours, that's an automatic red flag for me. And that's just my personal thing. There wasn't much for blood or gore, you know, that
Comes
I can
with
remember.
the budget. Yep.
Comes with the budget, you know, but for me, that's always a bummer.
We'll wrap it up. I didn't hate it. I know we sounded really negative, but just because there's a lot of room for improvement. But room for improvement just means that the core of it is solid and it needs to be fixed up. I'm not a big fan of super heavy metal screaming in horror movies. But most of the soundtrack was really good. There were some that I didn't like so much. There were some really cool stories here. I had fun with it. My favorite story was the Santa Claus story. What a cool concept. First of all, that Santa is a family job that gets handed down. Mrs. Claus getting eaten out by an elf. And Santa going on a killing spree. And fuck, man, I cracked up. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 8 with the option of increasing that if I ever get to watch the first one and then rewatch this one. Because I think I would enjoy this one more if I had a better idea of what had happened in the first one and what, informed this movie. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 with room to grow that in the future, or possibly decrease it in the future if I see the first one and I'm like, this one wasn't good.
All right, look, there's a lot of good ideas, a lot of good concepts in there. Some of the stories have a lot of potential. The Santa one, I will just say, was my favorite as well, because that was unique and kind of different and would make kind of the cool progression to a longer story. Pacing was an issue for me. There's a lot of wasted time. Nothing engaged me, nothing drew me in. I was not a fan of it, if I'm being honest, but that's not that I hated it by any means. There's a lot of good stuff. Improve on it. Like, I'm with you. If we saw the first one, maybe that would help understand it a little bit more. For the effort and for the interesting Santa story and some of the music, that was pretty cool. I'll give it a 2 out of 8. Keep doing it, keep working on it, keep improving.
Yeah.
And we'd be happy to check out your next thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And specifically to the people, the cast and the crew and the director especially, because you can make changes. If this is still a screener and it's not picture locked, I would highly recommend going back and trimming. There were a couple of times where it felt like, okay, this could be really funny here, but the joke's gone on too long. Maybe consider, just doing small edits, because I'm not talking about cutting an hour out of the film
just
or anything.
Tighten it up.
Tightening it up could go a long, long way to making it not feel like it's
better.
dragging. Yeah. Making it flow better.
For sure. Support indie horror. That's our biggest thing. So thank you for sending the screener. We're happy to do it. When it comes out, check it out, people. Yeah, maybe you'll dig, especially if you like 90 shot on video stuff. This kind of fits in that category. So
yeah, I would say still, when it comes out, hunt it down and watch it.
Watch it, support indie horror, because that's how they get better and that's how they keep making stuff.
Yes.
So do it. So tell your friends. Tell them to go over to Facebook.com/StoopidMovies, Instagram @StoopidMovies, and you can email us at StoopidMovies@Outlook.com. Send us your screeners if you'd like these guys did.
Knowing that we'll give you an honest rating of it. Send Rob a penis.
No.
Not a picture of a penis. Mail him a penis. An actual penis. Severed or not. It can be attached to someone, I don't care. Oh no, I sneezed so hard, look what happened.